Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Whiskey with Reagan. So today I'm going to be hitting some of my Bullet Bourbon. I do like it a decent amount. It's not my favorite sipping whiskey, but it's up there. It's pretty good. And so it's a mainstay in my my cabinet. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit of enjoyment on this guy right here. That's fine. I'm not too big into like trying to get hammered or anything like that. I just really like some good whiskey. And so, not trying to get Sal's to act weird, but anyway. So, all right, so let's talk about, I don't want to say my pet peeve or anything like that, but cheap/free training. So, when I first started all this, and even in today, I get guys who want to barter with me to go to a course. That's good. I'm all about bartering, man. I've traded training for a lot of things, including covering my where my truck sits with the wrap on and everything like that. I got a cover made out of half of it I paid for with classes. So that's just a good example. There's all kinds of other things that I constantly barter for training, because I love that, because you get what you want at the passion level that I'm going to give it, and then I get what I want, and the government gets bent. So that's always one of my favorite things to do is have some good bartering. Now, of course, I need to make money, because not everybody's wanting to give me like tanks of diesel and that sort of thing to get where I'm going, because it's a need. But anyway, whenever I first started out, dudes were like, "Oh man, yeah, give me a discount, or give me this, or if you let me attempt for free, I'll write you a review." If you haven't figured that out yet, man, it is trash. Like, that's not going to yield you anything. And I have found to this day that trying to get a friend to be one of your clients you might as well just let that one go. Clients become friends all day long. Someone posted a meme about that here recently. Like, it'll 10 clients will become friends before friends become clients. That's a thing. There's exceptions to that rule. I've had dudes who've known me for a long time. They eventually come out to a course, but they weren't there in the beginning most of the time. However, it is what it is. I'm not against, I love those guys coming out. So I'm glad to have them. So really what I'm getting at is, dudes are like, "Oh, we should put out free courses. Give everybody a tryout." And so here's my stance on that. I've actually done that a few times with certain things like banquets and giveaways, where I've got, a pillar of the gun community in there somewhere, and I'm like, "Hey, so I'm going to throw this out there. I'll give somebody some free training. They'll talk about it." I've had 2 of probably 100 of those ever come back and actually take the course. And the 2 that did, licensed to carry courses, can't really go for my big boy stuff in there, and there will probably be a whole nother Whiskey with Reagan on license to carry, and why I don't care for it that much. But I love doing the courses for people, but I don't think it should be required. Anyway, not get into that. So that has never once yielded me anything as far as either making me a better instructor or giving me some sort of information to make a change with, or just building my company in general. So I'm not too concerned about doing that. Also, the idea of people like, "Oh, you should be free," or like, "Make it free and I'll come out there," and like, all right, if you're not willing to make a half financial commitment to go to a course, you might as well not. So it takes a commitment. It takes stepping outside of your ego as a man, which we've all had problems with that to some extent. Where we're like, "I know what I'm doing," and honestly, most of the time, I see dudes who have a little bit of maybe performance anxiety, if that's what you want to call it, where they're like, "Hey, I've been doing this for 50 years, and now this 40-year-old dude's going to teach me something." Like, yeah, if you've been doing it wrong for 50 years, I got a lot to teach you. So I'm not, trying to toot my horn or anything like that, but I will tell you that offering discounted and free training often yields people that don't have a commitment to it, and therefore it's not necessarily worth it on a lot of different levels. And so I don't want to deep dive on it, because I got to drink my whiskey, and that deep dive is going to get real deep real quick. This stuff is pretty good. It's pretty smooth for just straight bourbon. So whenever you pay for a course, even other than institutional, it's never going to be that way. But when you pay for a course, the amount you pay is should be directly correlated with the amount of effort the instructor or company puts into making it a good course for you, making it valuable, being able to sit there and individually coach you, that sort of thing. If it's a $50 course, and I'll tell you, I've put on like $50 like clinical courses where guys just come out and, you know, you can come and go. We train for pistol in the morning and rifle in the evening, or vice versa. And I can coach you through little bitty things here and there. I'm not gonna, you know, we're not deep diving in on custom zeros or anything like that. However, you know, there's plenty of information to be had, a way to try out formal training, and, you know, you're golden. Like it gets a lot of people to where like, hey, maybe I'm not all that great, and maybe I need a little bit of help, or hey, you know, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I could use a little coaching. Maybe it's not this guy, maybe it's somebody else. Really, I mean, if it increases the training community, I'm cool with it, even if it's not for me. Second Amendment's for everyone. Don't buy into the normal garbage. Pretty sure there's no other quantifiers in that document. So anyway, I gotta tell you, I have never been to a free course that has been worth it. I have been to a cheap course that was absolutely worth it. Now, he's probably never gonna watch this, but Eric Dornbush of Green Eye Tactical, when he first got started, man, $30 shooters clinic. I went out there, really, I mean, just that little bitty bit maybe kind of changed the way I thought as an instructor. And then of course, from then on, I attended other courses, and I try and go to a couple of his courses every year. I'd love to go to more. Teaching a lot myself, so it kind of becomes an issue, but I mean, I've been going for a long time. I still try and take fundamentals courses every year, because there's no such thing as advanced shooting. There's only additional tasks while completing the fundamentals of shooting. So anyway, man, that's really what I got on it, is like free training and discounted training. You know, like dudes just won't be committed to it. And it's not fair to the other people that have to be out there with them if they're hem-hawing and like paying attention to their phone instead of paying attention to what's going on. Obviously the real world goes on outside and that sort of thing. I totally get it. You know, I was in the middle of a class and found out my mom had a stroke one time. Like, the real world exists. I get it. But and don't think I'm making fun of people without money. That is absolutely not it. Man, I grew up dirt poor. And so like, to be in the position that I am now, I'm just like extremely blessed, and I love it. So I'm always thankful for it. But I've got guys who have, you know, that aren't exactly swimming in dough. I've known a guy, you know, it took him 6 months to save up for a course, but man, every 6 months or sooner, he would be there. He would be working on himself, be working on all those little bitty things that you should know as an American. If, you know, you're American. If you're not an American in another country, then, you know, you could take care of all that. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, so, I know it's kind of a weird mindset for a lot of folks, but you know, if you're not willing to, if you're not even willing to put out $50 or $100 or something like that, come out to a course, then your mind's not in the right spot. Not that you can't do it, but you need to get into the position where you are thinking your way, like getting committed to it. Hey, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to learn. If it's not good, I'm going to find somebody else that I'm going to learn with. Cool. Maybe my teaching style doesn't fit with it, and you want to go do this. Maybe you want to do ninja stuff. That's cool. Get out there and do something, but don't expect it to be free. The dumbest comment I've ever gotten on Facebook or something was I put up a rifle course, and some potato head decided to, oh man, I can't believe this costs money. There should be, and then you have to buy ammunition. Because if I provided ammunition for it, I'd literally be paying you to take my course. That's ludicrous. I don't know if you understand how capitalism works, but that ain't it. And so they were like, oh, there's got to be people who are in the military who are sharpshooters who'll teach this. I'm like, so you're assuming that this person who spent all this time in the military, deployed, did all this work, got the experience level that you're wanting, that you're looking for as criteria as an instructor, and you're basically saying that their time is worthless because they should be doing it for free, which again, stupid. So I don't know who that person was either way. It was probably a troll just getting under my skin, and it worked. So anyway, man, you've got to make the commitment. So I don't want to get too much further into it, because I only got this little baby amount of whiskey left, and I've got 3 bottles worth on cheap training. So anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it didn't last like 15 minutes like the last one. So out.